Good morning and welcome to Heal Your Heart, Heal Your Body with Marina Crispy. Today is episode 33, day 26 of 50 podcasts in 60 days. So I've gone over the halfway mark and I'm on my trot to the finish line, and it's been a pretty amazing ride, and it's been a good learning experience because I'm learning as you're learning. He's teaching me as he's teaching you, which is pretty amazing. So today we're going to talk about all things working out for our good. When we're in the ugly times, how in the world is this going to work out for our good? Right? So in the New Living Translation of Romans 8:28, it says, "And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them." Right? So in my homework and reading about it and understanding this better, so it doesn't matter, what's going on in our life. It could be the worst thing ever, and I've been there. This is saying that we have to trust in God, and we have to know that he's going to make good of what this is going through. I've been through things in my life, and I'm like, really? Why? But then after I've gotten through it and I've understood, now I'm helping others get through the same thing that I went through. So he does level us up once we get through, and he does put people in our life so we can help them and love them through something similar that we just went through. So there's always a reason why, and my purpose in my life that I'm finding more and more and more is that he's called me to help people heal from trauma in their life, heal from things that have gone on in their life, and he gives me words of knowledge to understand what they're going through and how I can help them through him heal from it. So I finally surrendered, and I'm living and I'm working in the purpose that he has on me and the gifts that he's given me. I've finally done it, because before I was so afraid and worried about what people were going to say, and now I'm just flowing through it and allowing it, and it's been pretty remarkable. So if we look at 8:28 saying, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose," and then we go to verse 29, which says, For those God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the likeness of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many others." So God allows things to happen to us because we have free will, right? God also allows things to happen in our lives so that way we become stronger in strength and trust and love with him. So if we already have a relationship with him, he just strengthens it more so we know him to make us more like his Son. If this is bringing us into a relationship, which I find more and more with people that I work with and my clients who don't really know the real God. They know by their religion from going to church and things like that he's a punishing God, he's a strong God. Like, they don't know the love, the true love and the true essence of God. And after I work with them, they now have a relationship, or they want that relationship with him. So either he brings us through things to bring us in a relationship with him, or if we already have a relationship with him, he brings us through these things so we get to know him so well that we're just like his Son. Pretty amazing, right? He is an amazing father, teacher, mentor, he is so loving and kind, and he allows us to continue to grow in him, and so we can learn to trust him more in our hardships. So in those hardships, when we're screaming and yelling at God and we're acting like babies, why is this happening to me? We have to look, and I know, friends, it's really hard to do. We have to look beyond what we're walking through at this moment in time, so we can see what the good is going to come of it. The relationship, through that whole period, we need to praise him. We need to thank him. We need to trust him. We need to believe that he is going to get us through this, and he is going to get us to the greater side. He's going to open the door if you lost your job, or if you're starting a business. I welcome him in my business every day. I'm like, Father God, it's you and me. You show me, you put the people in my life, you give me the words to speak, and I'm there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow through all that you ask me for, right? And in return, he's going to bring the good to me because I'm following through with my purpose that he's put in me. And I know it seems hard when I'm trudging through my yucky times. I'm like, ugh. Really? And I do my little whining thing, and then I pick myself back up in his love. I pick myself back up, and I read into his word, and I sit with him, and I talk to him. I talk to him morning, noon, night. I used to always say, oh, he's saying, oh, here comes that crazy lady, and he shuts all the windows and doors, but he doesn't. He wants to be that person in our life. He wants to hear about the good things. He wants to hear about the bad things. He wants to be praised. He wants to be loved, and he wants you to know that you can go to him for anything. He's not judging you. He's going to love you. He's going to give you the wisdom. He's going to give you the knowledge. So we have to know when we're trudging through our ugly that he's going to work it out for our good according to his purpose in our life. So if he's called on you to do something, and you know in your gut that this is what you're supposed to be doing, excuse me, and you're sitting in another job that you're not really happy about, then start doing that on the side. Or start walking through that with people that you run into, with people that you know. Start doing it on the side until you're able, and he says, okay, you're ready to go. Right? Even with an illness, if we have an illness, if we believe that we have this illness, but in the end, he's going to work it out for our good. And some people will say to me, Marina, why do I have cancer? Or why did my mother get cancer and die so young? God must not have loved her. That's not true. God did love her. Or God did love the person who is diagnosed with a disease or a chronic illness. But once we start walking in his purpose and believing, and even if we share our faith regarding that situation with another person that brings them in the life and the relationship with God, that is the good that he has given us. I know it's hard to wrap your head around. Why would he give us a disease like that to do this? Maybe your person was to bring one person at a time into a relationship with him. That's one of my things every day. God, bring at least one person that I can bring home to you as you're in a relationship with you. One, even if I can bring one person, excuse me, each day to have a relationship with God, then my purpose is fulfilled. If he brings one person in my presence that I'm able to help them through his word, through knowledge of him, release a trauma so they can live their best life, I'm all for it. So if your purpose makes you feel like that, now don't get me wrong, I get paid for what I do. And that's good. That's all good. He wants us to get paid. He wants us to have money. He wants us to prosper. But he also wants us to do what he's put in our heart.
So I do get paid for what I do. But I will share this with you. When I see somebody be set free from a trauma they've been holding on to for many, many years, that trumps any payment that I receive monetarily, because I'm able to watch God work through me to help heal them, and they get such freedom of it that they can't wait to run to God more and more and more and more and more about what it is that they want to learn from him and get the love from him. To me, that by far outweighs the payment that I receive. It's amazing. It's amazing. I cry with them. I rejoice with them. I praise with them. I go through it all with them. And that, for me, is just the best thing ever. And I'm honored that God allows me and has chosen me to do this job with other people, with his words, with his knowledge, to set people free and bring one person, even if it's just one person, back to having a relationship with him, or starting their first relationship with him, or making the relationship what they had with him even greater than it was. That's what this is talking about. All things work together for good, according to his purpose for you. Amazing, amazing, amazing how our Father works. Amazing how he puts people in our lives to help us get to that point. Or he puts things in our life that we have to run to him and jump into his arms, that we have to lay at his feet, that we just want him to cradle us and cuddle us and make us feel whole again. That's what he wants. He wants us to ask and ask and ask and ask and ask and knock and knock and knock and knock and seek him and seek him and seek him and seek him. For him, it's not an annoyance. If you've ever been a mother of a 2-year-old child and their favorite word was why, and you would say, why? Because I said so? I've been there. He never will do that to us. Ever, 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 ever. I've done it as a mother. Why, mommy? Why? And after you answered like 6 times, you're like, because I said so. And it's done because you can't do it anymore. We have a Father in God that will never, ever do that to us. Ever. He will keep answering us even if we don't hear him. He's constantly sending us messages through other people, through readings, through something you might see on the internet. And you're like, that's interesting because I was just thinking about that, or I was just talking about this. These are confirmations. These are telling you that he is sending you messages. He is answering you in ways that you need to learn to hear the answer. That's building the relationship. That's hearing his voice. It's not going to be like Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father. It's going to be a quiet voice inside the belly of you. Though I will tell you, I have heard a very loud voice before when I wasn't really paying attention, and I heard it loud and clear. But you will get those too. But he will bring you through things and work all things together for the good. Your good. Sometimes we can't see the good in it, but there's always a good there. So we need to sit back, invite him into everything, ask him what it is that he was calling on us to do, or sit with yourself and hear what your purpose is. And if you're ready to walk in that, ask God to guide you. Trust in him. Believe in him. Know in your heart that God works all things together for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. So until tomorrow, friends, stay well, be blessed, and walk in his favor. Every day, there's a miracle waiting for you. There's miracles everywhere you turn. Believe in those miracles and call them in. I'm speaking prosperity over you. I'm speaking life over you. I'm speaking today is your day to walk in your purpose, to walk in what he is calling you to do. It is your time. It is your time to shine. So friends, if you want to reach out to me on how